I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A man who scuffled with a Flagler County deputy will spend more than a year in prison, Tony Magoo reports.
Leslie Pitter, the 42-year-old man who dislocated a Flagler County Sheriff's deputy's shoulder during a scuffle over Pitter's arrest in front of his home on February 14th, was sentenced yesterday to 14 months in state prison, followed by 3 years probation. After the sentence, Pitter asked the judge if he was now free to go. This was a reflection of Pitter's limited cognitive skills. His attorney said he tested at an IQ of 58 and had the cognitive abilities of a 7-year-old. A physician had found him competent to stand trial. Perhaps for that reason, the prosecution did not ask for a harsh sentence, and Circuit Judge Terrence Perkins' sentence was much lighter than the 30 years or more it could have been based on the initial charges against Pitter. His attorney, Josh Davis, in a plea agreement with the state, reduced the most severe charge to simple battery on a law enforcement officer. The case was prosecuted by Assistant State Attorney Michael Stober, who will soon be leaving the office to go into private practice in Daytona Beach. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
This portion of Flagler's Morning Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Save time, money, and stress. Daytona Beach International Airport, it's just plain easy.
A victim was seriously hurt during an armed robbery at the Dakota Joe's in Bunnell on Sunday night. Deb Albertson has more.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Department said the suspect is facing several charges. They said a man walked into the business on Dixie Highway in Bunnell just before midnight Sunday night with a weapon and demanded cash. The 2 employees complied, but said the suspect hit one of them several times with his gun. Investigators said the suspect fled in a newer model black 4-door vehicle, possibly a Nissan Altima. It had chrome wheels and tinted windows. Sheriff Rick Staley said the suspect faces charges of aggravated battery, aggravated assault, grand theft, and assault with a firearm.
Coats for Kids is happening now in Flagler County. Once again, here's Deb Albertson with the story.
It's a project that Cindy Evans, the president of the Rotary Club of Flagler County, suggested the club take on because of her mother. She said when she was alive, her mother left a coat for a child many years ago.
This young child, now an adult, messaged me to tell me the story about how my mother had wrapped a coat up, a brand new coat, and put it on their front doorstep. And when she got up that morning, there was a new coat there for this young girl.
Evans said people in Florida don't always think about coats for the winter, but they are a necessity.
The kids are literally have no coats, and they're sitting, like you said, out at the bus stops. They're walking to school, and they just have like a little sweater on or a long-sleeve shirt or sweatshirt.
You can drop off gently used coats at any fire station in Palm Coast. Evans says there's also a drop-off location for coats at the Flagler County Association of Realtors on Moody Boulevard in Bunnell. She said the coats don't have to be new, but the newer looking, the better. And the deadline to drop off coats for kids is November 13th. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The northern part of River to Sea Park is closed and will stay that way for up to 3 weeks due to dune restoration work. The southern part of the park, including the public restrooms, will remain open. Crews finished up in Varn Park Monday and are asking park users to stay off sand piles that remain for future work. You'll see Moby mats to protect dunes in places like Malacompra, Old Salt, and Jungle Hut parks. Signs have also been installed asking beachgoers to dodge the dunes. In addition to keeping your own 2 feet off the dunes, the county asks you keep your pets off them as well. So far, nearly 8 miles of dunes have been fortified using more than 400,000 tons of sand. When complete, more than 11 miles of dune will have been restored. The city of Palm Coast has hired a new information technology director. John R. King tells us more about him.
Chuck Burkhardt, an information technology executive with 29 years of experience in the private sector, was most recently the IT director for Medishare, a Melbourne, Florida-based medical insurance company. As IT director for the city of Palm Coast, Burkhardt leads a department of 14 employees with a top priority of expanding the city's fiber optic network known as FiberNet, something he feels is right in his wheelhouse.
The 29 years of experience has focused on the actual leveraging of technologies and new technologies that are coming out to see how they can be leveraged to bring the goals of the council, the mayor, and the city manager to fruition with the technology that's available out there.
With an annual operating budget of $3 million, the Palm Coast IT department provides technology resources to 400 city employees, including systems for development review, finance, customer service, performance management, emergency response and management, and fleet administration. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John R. King.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.